because when she let me go, I was almost kind of relieved almost.
Yeah.
So, and as I'm walking, I thought the corporate trainer was towards the back of the store. I'm assuming he thought I was already gone,
Mm-hmm.
but I was about to walk out the door. So taking him to the store, he was like, he was yelling to, we'll just call her Debbie. I don't even want to say her real name. He was like, "You fired that guy yet?"
Uh-uh.
Loud, like loud.
So
And so then I said, "No, I'm still here, but I'm about to leave."
they just
I was just being a total smartass. I was
they
like, "Nope,
just
I'm
didn't
still
like
here."
they just didn't like you for whatever reason.
So yeah, well, good luck to them. But you know what? I'm glad that they were showing me all of this now
Mm-hmm.
instead of waiting until I worked there for several months or years, or whatever the case may be, and then all this comes out.
So what are you gonna
Yeah.
do now?
Well, I'm applying for jobs again.
Okay.
And I have savings and that type of thing. So I mean, I'll do that. But I mean, I am actively looking for a job.
And what kind of
So,
job are you looking for? We gotta put it out
um,
there in the world for
well,
you.
when I was at hotels.com, I did administrative. So
So you were like an administrative assistant or something? Or you
yeah,
were like administrative okay.
yeah, administrative assistant, like accounting, administrative work, that type of thing.
Somebody in my neighborhood just on Nextdoor, I don't know if you know what Nextdoor is, but it's this app for neighborhoods, just literally today posted they were looking for an executive assistant. I swear to God.
Well, if you have the
I'm gonna
information,
send you. I'm
send
gonna
it to
send you.
me.
I'm gonna send you their
And if
name. I'm
anyone
telling
else is
you.
listening and you need
So
someone,
everybody, listen up. Jason needs a job. He's a kick-ass assistant, at least, and he doesn't do well in black-owned restaurants. But other than
no,
that,
I don't. I do not. I do not. But no, no. But like I said, I'm just glad that she, would show me her true colors up front, because this could have been a catastrophe. This would
Yeah,
have
exactly.
you
When
know,
several
you know,
months or
I don't
years.
know. I always thought it was me, and maybe it's you. Maybe we're similar this way, or maybe all three of us. I don't know, but I have always been one to not stand for shit. And
Mm-hmm.
I hate injustice. I hate whether it's happening to myself or to someone around me. I hate when people try to take advantage of people or use people. I just hate that shit. And so in corporate America, especially, that happens every day. And that's why I never did well in corporate America, because I don't like to play games. And it's all a
right.
bunch of fucking games and fake
Exactly.
people.
And then you have the nerve to sit there and tell me that, you had to spend the $8,000 for these people to come out and install these cash registers and do wiring and yada
But
yada
they
yada.
can't spend give you a
But
hundred
you can't
dollars
give
or
me you
give you a
can't
hundred
give
dollars for
me
gas a month or something.
exactly. I'm like, you couldn't give me $50 for gas. Get the fuck out of here. So I'm just like,
Well,
fuck you on too. Now take that.
I'm sorry that happened to you, but you shall survive. This too shall pass, my friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When one
No,
door closes, another one
A
opens.
window opens or a skylight or some shit.
but
Something
I will say
happens.
this: I have been enjoying sleeping
Well, I'm sure.
in.
I'm sure. What about?
Donovan's like the ultimate night owl, and I get up at 5 a.m. every day.
Ah,
So
I'm going to bed at 5 or 6 a.m. usually, unless I have a meeting. But anyway, yeah, that's. I'm sorry that happened, but you'll be cool. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Christian, what about you? Have you ever been fired from a job?
I haven't. I've
Well, aren't you special?
This is the
I
first time
I've
I've
been
ever been fired
really
from a job
lucky to
ever.
let this charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent get me through. But no, I haven't. And to be honest, I don't know what I would. I don't know. I always make sure that my tracks are covered with everything, and I'm not afraid of confrontation and communication. So I like to dissolve any issues before it heads on up to Miss HR's office. I ain't got time for that.
That's right.
So
Well, good. That's good. Well,
Well, that's good. Well, mine was the first time, so
I don't think, and by the
sorry.
way, I don't think that being fired is a reflection upon your character
no,
or
not at all.
who
I don't
you
think it's
are at
a bad thing
all.
at all.
No, I mean, I'm talking about myself as well as Jason or anybody else has been fired, because I think it has to do with the situation. It's a situational thing typically, and who you're dealing with, and sometimes personalities clash, or sometimes it's just the wrong environment, the wrong job,
Right, a lot
and
of times, and it can be politics too. You don't know what's going
absolutely.
on.
And a lot of times, someone who's in that position who's been fired will thrive in another one. You just never know. So it's just the wrong place for you. That means something better is coming along. So just
Exactly
That's
that.
true.
keep
That's true.
hard.
I'm so glad that it happened.
And
So
then on top of that, Tamar Braxton blocked you on Instagram.
Who? Are you kidding
yes,
me?
yes.
He was being
So
a hater.
Ooh.
I wasn't being a hater. I was telling the truth.
Go ahead,
I was
tell the
telling the
story.
truth. So
We got 9 minutes. Tell the story.
I recently opened up, started Instagram account, and Tamar Braxton was. I'm not sure she's the first, but she was one of the few people that I was building a list with, as far as Instagram friends or whatever.
Hmm.
So she posted this picture, and
Of
it
what?
looked very drag queenish.
Oh, uh-huh.
I mean, it was her with like heavy, heavy, heavy makeup on. And
Mm-hmm.
come on, we know how Tamar does. Let's keep
Mm-hmm.
it real. So I left a comment. I said it looks very drag queen-ish.
Oh shit.
So then, the Martians, they tried to come for me. So
The
they were just like,
Tamarcious.
they're like, look at you, look at you, and blah 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 blah
Oh.
blah, and you're so black, and whatever. I don't know,
You're
whatever
so
the fuck.
black.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not even that dark, but okay. I
You're
was like,
so
whatever.
black. Like that's just hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. And sidebar before I go any further, I hated when a person says, no matter what race you are,
Mm-hmm.
and you sit there and tell me like, "Oh, you're so black" or "You're black." I'm like, I've been knowing that for the past 32 years.
It's like
not, like
it's like
that's
if
like you saying that is not going to offend me. I'm already aware of this.
yeah,
So
it's like somebody who's overweight and when you're fat or you're overweight or whatever, and like you need to lose some weight. Really?
exactly. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
tell me something that's going to piss me off. Like,
Don't-
tell me that Krispy Kreme is about to close. Like,
It's like,
I would be ready to burn that bitch down.
it's like so
seriously.
stupid. You're right. You're right. You're
Like,
right.
but don't sit there and be like, "Oh, you're so black." I'm like,
Duh.
okay, whatever. Like,
It's
duh.
not okay.
So she blocked you.
Yeah, so I guess she got up. I guess I'm sure one of her slave Tamar reported back to her.
But that means she
And,
has. I mean, the thing is, if she actually did the blocking herself and wasn't an assistant or something, if she actually did the blocking herself, that means she doesn't have a sense of humor about herself, which is not a good sign of a character person. I'm sorry.
But I mean, come on, look at Tamar Braxton's falling though with celebrities. I'm like, she really doesn't get along with anyone.
Well, there
I
you
mean,
go.
Truth be told,
She doesn't
So,
have a sense of humor about herself.
like she's one of those people that can dish it out but can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, clearly we've seen it on the real. We've seen it in social media. I mean, that type of thing. You get the crown on national television.
She's real sensitive and petty.
She takes things too seriously. That's
And honestly, when I said it looked very drag queenish, I was being funny. I wasn't doing it to be mean, but it did look drag queenish.
Did you think that do you think it would actually get around to her? You just thought.
Well, I don't know if it got. I don't know her.
If you knew that she was gonna read that, would you have written it?
Yes.
I'm the
Because
same
it's
way. See, I'm the same way. I just keep it real.
Because it was the truth. So I'm sure one of her slave Martian friends
But
went back and reported to her assistant, whatever. And then I get back on later that evening. It was like Tamar Braxton Herbert has blocked you. I'm just like, okay, well.
I didn't even know it gave block notifications.
But that's
because when I tried to go back to her thing, like when I tried to tap on her name to get to her profile, it said that I had been blocked. So
this reminds me. Over the weekend, one of my friends of mine I've known since she and I were 9 years old.
A long time ago.
The Pointer Sisters were out. Okay. This week we had kind of stopped talking for a while, and then we started talking again. Anyway, so and I've been trying to see her again after a long time, and she kept like saying I'm busy, whatever. And so finally I got fucking sick of it because you can only take that so many times, right? And so finally I said I didn't say anything to her, but all of a sudden I noticed that she'd taken me. Oh, over this past weekend, we went to visit a grave where her town is my grandmother, and she said that she wasn't going to be home. So the grave site is literally like 2 blocks from her house, and so we drove by her house, and she was home, and so I just went by. That was it. Anyway, and I drove by. I texted her. I said, "Well, apparently you were home and you weren't really out. Surprise, surprise." And that's all I said. And she took me off Facebook and blocked me. And so I wrote her back very petty. And I'm telling you, I'm not normally like this, but I think I was so hurt by that.
Yeah.
That I was really angry, and so I said some really mean things that I cannot repeat on the air because I would be embarrassed. But let's just say she is from a different social class than I am, and she lives with her kids from different fathers, and she would be a great guest on Jerry Springer show. And
She lives in
so
a trailer park.
no, but she might. Well, her house is being foreclosed on. But anyway, so my point is,
Shade.
I went on and on and on, and I just let her have it. And it's basically like 30 years of her being a bitch to me
Yeah.
came out right at that moment. So my point I was going to make is, I know what you said to Tamar Braxton, and she blocked you, but it didn't merit that. I mean, she did not need to block you because of that. She has no sense of humor about herself. Now, me, from the other hand, I had every right to block the bitch, and I did, and it's done. So we're done.
Well, then after she blocked me, I actually got the. Actually, a friend of mine who also follows her was posted the picture on Facebook, so then I shared it, and I was just like, "What do you think of this?" And I was like, "Yeah, that is a lot of makeup." So people agree on Facebook. It's like, come on now, like Tamar, stop being so petty and childish.
Well, what I was going to say about that, Jason, is that when you say something, and I'm the same way, I say whatever I think, but I know when I say something, I'm willing to deal with the consequences of my actions.
Right.
So when you say that to her, you've got to be willing to think, well, she might block me or not want to talk to me or whatever.
Well,
And so what?
You have to remember that you're one in a million. You know what I mean? Anything that's slightly negative or that she takes in a negative way, the next comment you may write may be like, "Oh, you need to tuck your dick." You know what I mean? And she doesn't know. She's just trying to avoid anything. You know what I mean? You kind of have to think about it that way. And at least she knows. At least she knew you existed for 0.5 seconds. Okay? Because I fucking love
That's
her.
right. But don't you?
Her new album comes out September 11th, Calling on Lovers on iTunes.
But don't you think I would rather know if I had too much makeup on than not? And how many people?
She knows.
But that's the thing is,
She does it all the time.
but how many
Same
people
person.
on her Twitter page or whatever? You weren't the only one who said something about her makeup, I'm sure.
No, I'm not the. I'm not. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. I don't know. Maybe at that particular time, maybe her and her sister was actually reading the comments at that moment.
Or maybe
I don't
she
know.
just was out having a bad day. She's like,
Could
bitch.
be, but
Girl,
again,
all
I'm
of
not-
her days are bad days.
Exactly, because once again, it's Tamar Braxton. She has beef with everyone in the industry. So.
I love her to death, but she's petty Betty. Before we go off the air, did you guys
Mhm.
see that the cast of Dancing with the Stars was released today?
Who's
No.
on?
Did you see who was on there?
Mm-mm.
Tamar Braxton,
Oh,
Kim
God.
Zolciak,
Kim Zolciak.
Paula Dean,
Oh no.
Nick Carter from the Backstreet
Yes,
Boys.
he's cute.
I might actually watch this year.
He's cute. Yeah. Is that it? That's not it.
No, I mean there's a bunch, but those are like
Oh.
the big ones.
Those are the ones you care about.
Yeah, those are the ones I care about.
No. Paula Dean's trying to re-up her persona, I guess, after the whole N-word thing. But I don't really care to see her. I know you didn't. You say you like Paula Dean a lot, though? You said you liked her,
For me,
Christian.
I like her personality. I don't care for some of the dumbass things she said in the past, but I'm down for a bacon and a butter biscuit.
Who
in
ain't?
a Paula Dean crock pot.
Who
I'm down for
ain't?
it. A skillet or whatever it is. And I like big personalities, so she's entertaining to me.
Well, it's not like I would not see her or watch her because of it, but I'm just saying I just don't like that whole era in her
She
life.
I remember when the whole scandal was going down,
Uh-huh.
and I remember when she was losing all of her endorsements.
Yeah.
And they had her Paula Dean cookware at Walmart. It was like originally like $90.
It's like $4.
Marked down to $40. I went out and bought it, but I was so embarrassed to buy it during that time. I love Paula Dean cookware. I actually went out and bought it during that whole scandal, but no one said anything. I thought clearly someone was going to say something.
No, I could see you at Walmart buying this Paula Dean stuff, and the black checkout girls get curling her lip and looking at you funny.
But it was. I was like, fuck that. It's $40. I'm like, you know how expensive that shit is. I got a 12-piece cookware set for $40.
That's
You know?
right.
You can go ahead and scratch that Paula Dean signature out real quick. That'd be all right.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, before we go, I was without AC for almost a week. Almost a week
Ooh,
since
I feel
Wednesday.
your pain.
And the reason is because Thursday morning it went out. I called an AC company. They came out. They said it'll be $2,500. I said, okay. The next day they did not show up. Friday they did not show up. I said, where are you? They said, we misunderstood you. Okay, we'll come out. We'll fix it. They came to the door. The guy says, I said, that I had a second guy look at it while they were coming, didn't show up. And so the second guy said it didn't need a fan motor. I told the guy when he came back, he doesn't need a fan motor. He left. He never came back. Again, I called him, yelled at the guy, the owner. It was horrible. Gave him them a horrible Yelp review. Then Saturday, the other guy came out and said, I can't do it today because they're closed, so I'll come back on Monday. Monday, he says it's not in yet. And so Tuesday, finally today, the compressor came in, he fixed it, and now I have air. That's why it took so fucking long. And I'll tell you this, too. It was going to cost $2,500 to fix it. This guy who fixed it for $550.
Boom.
So I am telling you, it is a fucking racket. Those people are just fucking gouge people.